able to do, but if you are getting a match from your employer, the other thing is you can't really do much with it until you leave that employer. So if you had a 401k at a previous employer and you wanted to roll that to a self-directed IRA, I think that there's great options for that. And especially if you got the match while you were working for that previous employer, that might be a good option. So, look at that. And it's pretty easy to do wherever they were holding that 401k. You should be able to rotate that into another qualified account and convert that over. So that's my 2 cents. I think it makes sense for some people. And then, for other people, probably not so much. Sean says, Jake the Muss. Okay. Thank you for the kind words. He says, seeing reports Swift is going live with blockchain tech in June. XRP has taken years to build. How can Swift do this so quickly? They're going to have to adopt other protocols and networks to be able to sell that value. Their solution's an EVM-based one. Lena, I think is what they've called that. Look, I actually put out a video about Swift and its adoption of these protocols in order to be able to settle transactions probably 6 or 8 months ago. And I talked about it would be an amalgamation of multiple protocols in order to be able to do this in a secure way. So you need an oracle, you need cross-chain interoperability, you need security, and you need settlement. And there's also data and information that gets passed between those two counterparties, just like they do today. But if that was on blockchain, it would be much more efficient. So all of those components, you might have a full stack of a couple different blockchains that actually allowed them to settle real time. And I think that that's likely what they're going to utilize. I don't think it's going to be one. There will be, I think XRP will benefit the most because of the settlement on the back end of that and the volume and the value that will move over that network to be able to settle between those counterparties. They could also use Corda for private permissioned ecosystems for each one of the banks to be able to settle through. It's going to be a routing service is really what it comes down to, but it all needs to talk to one another, and you're probably going to have multiple protocols providing that data and information between each other. And that's why Chainlink's involved. I think Hedera could be involved, and the XRP all at the same time for actual settlement for Swift. So again, just one guy's opinion. I'm not the end all be all. There's going to be people that tell you that there's, one solution for everything. I tend to be a little hesitant on that. I think everything's going to play its role, and each one of those blockchains has a different core component to it that provides the most value, and I think that's where they will be leveraged.